Welcome class 9. Today we are going to learn about images formed in a pair of mirrors. Let's say that there are two pair of inclined mirrors and an object is kept in between the two inclined mirrors. Then we get several images of the same object. This is because the light rays after reflection from one mirror falls on the other, and the other mirror will create the image of that object as well as the image created by the former mirror. So in this way there will be many images formed, and this continues until and unless all the reflections which occurs on any of the mirror is no more seen. Let's consider that the object is placed in between the two mirrors, okay, and the object lies within the circumference of the circle which has the center where the two mirrors will meet. The object and the images formed by the two inclined mirrors will lie on the circumference of the circle, whose center will lie at the point of intersection of the two mirrors, and the radius of this circle will be equal to the distance of the object from the point of intersection. So this distance will be called as the radius of this circle, and hence the images will be formed within the circumference of the circle. Now the question is, how many images will be formed? Over here we can see that there are 5 images formed. So how many images will be formed will depend on how much the angle between the two mirrors is. If the angle is 60, then over here we can say there are 5 images. But if the angle is more than 60, like if the angle is equal to 72 degree, then what will happen? So over here we have a set of formula that will give us the idea of how many images will be formed for a particular given angle between the two inclined mirrors. So the number of images formed depends on the angle theta between the two mirrors. So over here the formula is n is equal to 360 degree divided by theta degree, where theta represents the angle between the two mirrors. Now we need to understand this, that if the value of this n after being divided by the theta, 360 divided by theta, if the value of n is odd, okay, if it gets an odd number, then the number of images is n itself, okay. If the answer is 5, for example, then there will be 5 images formed if the object is placed asymmetrically between the mirrors. Asymmetrically means if between the two mirrors, okay, the object lies closer to one of the mirror and away from the other mirror, then we call it as asymmetrical placement of the object in front of the mirrors. Next, number 2, the number of images will be n minus 1 if this comes out to be as 5, okay, then the number of images will be 5 minus 1, that is equal to 4, if the object is placed symmetrically between the mirrors. That means the object lies equally away from both the mirrors. So let's take an example over here. Here the angle between the two mirrors is 72 degree, okay. If the angle is 72 degree, that means theta is equal to 72 degree, then the value of n will be 360 divided by 72, which will be equal to 5. So there will be, since n is equal to 5, that is odd number, then the number of images will also be equal to 5, okay. So n is equal to 5, so there will be 5 images formed if the object is placed asymmetrically between the mirrors. That means if the object is placed closer to one of the mirror and away from the other mirror, then it is asymmetrically placed between the mirrors. Then in that case the number of images will be equal to 5. Or there will be n minus 1, that is equal to 5 minus 1 equals 4 images if the object is placed symmetrically between the mirrors. If the object lies exactly in between the two mirrors, then the number of images will be equal to 4. Alright, so this is the case of this is one of the case of number of images being formed if the value of n is odd. If n is even, if you divide 360 degree by any of the angle between the two mirrors, and if the result comes out to be even, then the number of images formed is always n minus 1 for any position of the object between the mirrors. So whether the object lies closer to one of the mirror and away from the other, or it lies exactly in between the two of the mirrors, then in both the cases, if n is even, then always the number of images formed will be n minus 1. So let's see. Okay, over here the angle between the two mirrors is 60 degree. Theta is equal to 60 degree. Then n is equal to 360 by 60, which will result to 6. So there will be n minus 1 images formed. That means there will be n minus 1, that is 6 minus 1 is equal to 5 images formed for any position of the object between the mirrors. As I have shown you the first figure, in which the object was exactly in the middle and the angle was 60 degree and the number of images formed was 5 images. So whether the object lies exactly in the middle or it is closer towards one of the mirror, the answer always remains the same. Okay, if n is equal to an even number, then the number of images will always be n minus 1, that is equal to 5. I hope you are understanding this, right? So we move on next with the images formed in a pair of mirrors placed parallel to each other. If the two mirrors are placed parallel to each other, then what will happen? If the two mirrors are placed parallel to each other, then the angle between the two mirrors will be equal to 0 degree. So if we use it over here in this formula again, then the value of theta is 0. Then we get n is equal to 360 degree divided by 0. Now we have learned in mathematics that if there is any fraction with the denominator equal to 0, then that fraction becomes undefined, or we can say it is closer to infinity. Alright, so if that is the case, that means over here how many images will be formed? The number of images formed will be infinite. So over here you can see that if the two mirrors are kept parallel, then there will be infinite number of images formed. Okay, and this reflections can be seen infinitely long, okay, infinite times, but provided the intensity of light, okay, the brightness of the reflections will be lesser and lesser as the images formed continues up till infinity. Okay, so for two mirrors kept parallel to each other, an infinite number of images are formed for an object which is kept in between them. Okay, so there will be infinite number of images formed if the two pair of mirrors are placed parallel to each other. Next, images formed in a pair of mirrors placed perpendicular to each other. Now perpendicular means if the angle between the two mirrors equals 90 degree. Then using again the same formula, n equals 360 degree by theta. Over here we'll replace theta by 90. Then we'll get 360 by 90 is equal to 4. Now 4 is an even number. So the number of images formed will be n minus 1. That is 4 minus 1, which is equal to 3. Okay, let's try to understand it out here with the help of a figure. You can see the object is placed over here and the object will lie within the circle, okay, within the circumference of the circle, and this is the point of intersection of the two mirrors, and this will be the center of the circle as well. Now let's use a common technique. See over here, this is the object, okay, P, and when it gets reflected through the mirror OB, then its image will be formed over here. All right, and when this reflection passes through the mirror OA, then the image will be formed over here. Okay, so there are two images, one formed in the mirror OB over here and the other one formed in OA over here. Now this image will be seen by this mirror OA, and hence its image will be formed further over here. Okay, so the observer looking at the mirror OA can see that there is this image for this virtual object. Virtual object means it's the image actually, but for this OA it acts like an object, so it becomes a virtual object. So here this is the first image formed, this is the second image formed, okay, and there will be the third image formed over here, the reflection of this virtual object. Or we can say again, the same point will be formed as the image if this point is reflected, this point is reflected over here through this mirror, and through this mirror again the point will be the same one, means the two images will intersect. However, in this picture, in this diagram, one of the only the reflection of this point is shown over here. Okay, if this point is also to be shown over here, then the image formed will be exactly at the same point. Thus we can say that the images formed are 3 in number. So over here the first image, second image and the third image. Okay, so when the two mirrors are placed perpendicular to each other, then the number of images will be 3. So for two mirrors kept perpendicular to each other, 3 images are formed for an object which is placed in between them. Alright, next we move on with the uses of plane mirror. We all know the uses of plane mirror, so I am just going to read out. Number 1, it is used as a looking glass. Number 2, in the barber shop, for seeing the hair at the back of head, 2 mirrors are kept facing each other. Number 3, in an optician's room, a plane mirror is placed in front of the patient and the signboard is kept just behind, which doubles the length of the room, so that when the optician is checking the patient, he or she can find out the patient has a limit of his vision. Okay, so in order to check that, this signboard is kept at the back just behind the patient. Number 4, in a periscope, 2 parallel plane mirrors are used inclined at 45 degrees each, facing each other. In a kaleidoscope, 3 plane mirrors are used inclined at 60 degrees each, facing each other. And number 6, in a solar cooker, plane mirror is used to reflect the sun rays on the substance to be heated. Alright, so these are the uses of plane mirror. If asked, you can write. If asked, then you can write how many points have been asked. You can write down the 6 of these points in this way. Alright, and with this we come to an end of our video. Okay, next class we will be talking about spherical mirrors and the image formation of the spherical mirrors. Alright, thank you.